Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. Got over about 850 of these available. Going to have over 1,000 by the end of summer, we hope. And would love if you subscribed, liked, commented below, and all that good stuff. I'm going to talk today about fear and some common fears of things that people may have, and certainly having a certain level of fear is normal, but phobias are there are many of these. Actually, all of these have more scientific names than I'm going to use, but ultimately, um, I'm not going to get into that because at the end of the day, we want to talk about the fears and ultimately kind of just look at the possibility that you may struggle with this. One fear is fear of blood and other bodily fluids. So the idea of contamination, specifically through blood or spread of disease, anything to do with sickness, can be fearful for people. A lot of this has to do with the mortality aspect of things, and so obviously most people fear the concept of death, which we're going to get to in a minute, but the idea of fearing the sight of blood or other bodily fluids, fearing the sight of any sort of injury, for some people, something as simple as a broken finger or a dislocated shoulder or toe, can be problematic. Any sort of physical issue can be a cause for fear. These are usually individuals who have questions about their own mortality and they're uncomfortable with where they sit in the rest of the world. Needles and medical procedures. Obviously, the idea of somebody botching a procedure is a major issue. Also, fear of pain from a medical procedure, whether it be a needle, whether it be giving blood, whether it be having surgery or any other elective process. These fears come from two things. Number one, the fear of pain associated with the procedure itself, and two, the potential mistakes or incompetence of the professional performing the procedure. Now, this can be problematic for a number of reasons, especially with someone with a chronic illness. I can honestly say I don't fear medical problems, as I've been chronically ill my entire life. However, I do fear getting to a place where I can't handle the pain associated with my medical problems, and that is a rational fear in itself, in that every person has a unique pain threshold, and the idea of getting past your threshold can be overwhelming and intimidating. The next thing is the fear of death. So much, especially in Western society, is placed upon the idea of an afterlife or the lack thereof. But also, fear of death is, will people remember me? Did I make enough of an impact? What happens when I pass away? And all of these things. They can all be things that can be uncomfortable for a person for any number of reasons. And so it's unfortunate that people fear death because it's an inevitability. Every person who lives is going to pass away. Every creature in the animal kingdoms that lives is going to pass away. So having fear of it, while completely rational, isn't very, you know, useful, because at the end of the day, you have to confront it anyway. So the next is fear of being forgotten. Now, this could literally mean forgotten at the store or forgotten at a carnival or other social function, but it could also mean forgotten in the annals of history, forgotten by your friends, by your family, or wondering about not being, seen as a person who had enough of an impact to be remembered. So, people who struggle with their value of impact, people who struggle with the idea of their impact not having enough of a value, can be in a difficult situation for any number of reasons in that way. It's neither good nor bad, it's just there, but at the same time, understanding how to connect with that and find a solution around that can be useful, and just understanding oneself can be beneficial. So, the next in the series of potential fears is the fear of how one looks. So, this could be, you know, is my body language right? Do I look nervous? Do I look tense? Do I look tight? Is my smile crooked? Is my face symmetrical? Any sort of body image things that can lead to things like body image disorder or distortions can be a fear for people if they fear that they're not going to be seen well or regarded well as attractive or worthy of fitting in. Can also create social phobias and the desire not to be around other people. People can also have fear of animals like snakes, bugs, and other creepy crawly things, usually because partially they are uncomfortable with the disease that these animals could potentially spread. So hopefully this is helpful. If you're looking to overcome a fear or phobia, please feel free to reach out. There's a couple ways to do that. You can do it through @POPerception on Twitter or in the About Me section of this YouTube page. Either one will get you in touch with me, and we can connect and go from there. So until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.